Well, hello there.
Hi, I'm Melissa Max.
I'm Kenny Anthony.
And this is the Boobies and Puppies show, the video cast.
The video one. We're back at it again.
Yes, we do two things. We do an audio podcast, which is on
Which no one
Podbean.
listens to.
We have a couple of listeners.
People like watching us, probably. Isn't that amazing? They like watching us more than they like listening to us.
It's like watching a horror movie, I think. You know what I mean? People like to be scared.
You know what it is? They're so used to hearing us on the radio with these voluptuous voices that we both have, right? That when they have a chance...
Oh, do we?
Yeah. When they have a chance to actually see us, it's like, oh my God. Oh, those are the people?
We have to be honest. We are so used to hearing ourselves on the radio that we did our podcast last time.
Right.
And our video podcast last time. And I was reviewing the footage, and I was not happy. I was texting Ken, and I was like, this was a horrible idea. And then I sent him some footage.
And you used the word jowls.
Well, I did not know that I have jowls, but apparently I have jowls, which I'm not happy about. He thought the word jowls was hysterically funny.
I still think it is.
But you were not happy either. We were like, oh, my God, we're 9,000 years old.
Look, we're not used to being on TV or on video, right? We're used to being behind a radio where you can show up at work in your pajamas.
Hypothetically, not like I would ever do that.
And I could show up in my shorts with my amazing hat hair, you know.
Free balling, and no one would ever know.
But so when we do this, it's a little weird.
You know, but it's like the first time I can't speak for both of us, although I always do.
Yes.
It's like the first time you heard yourself on the radio, or the first time, remember the first time you heard yourself on an answering machine, remember?
Yeah.
You're like, which by the way, how old are we?
Yeah.
But
I still think we do that too. Sometimes we'll hear ourselves on the radio and go, ugh.
But that's less about my voice and it's more about what I'm saying. Usually when I hear myself, I'm like, oh my God, I sound like an idiot.
Yeah.
And probably just thinking what everyone else is thinking as well.
But it is amazing how many more views we're getting than actual listens on the audio podcast.
It's right.
Yeah. So
we're up to like 8 as opposed to 2.
Exactly.
As we said, we're sort of upwardly
mobile, but not
in a minuscule way. So some of the stuff we've been talking about on the podcast, or some of the stuff you've been making fun of me about on the podcast, is you're like, no, me? I would never make fun of you.
I love making fun of you.
That's what his business card says. Yes. DJ and Melissa Max make funner of her.
Make funner of her, yeah.
Guitar lessons.
Yes.
I am taking guitar lessons.
How's that going?
It's going actually much better than it was initially. As a matter of fact, I got my first blister. I got a blister on my finger, and I'm not joking, it is on my middle finger.
No kidding.
And the first...
So you won't be able to flip me off. It'll kind of hurt if you do that?
Nope, didn't hurt. Look at that. Oh, let me try it again. I should just try it throughout the...
Okay, all right.
So the band, we have our house band, LA Story, coming in later, and they came in to set up earlier, and I learned a little trick that it really hurts when you're learning how to play the guitar, especially acoustic. And if you put crazy glue on your fingers, if you have a cut or if your nail goes down too low, if you put crazy glue on your finger, obviously wait for it to dry.
Wow, yeah.
Could you imagine me, like, I'm so literal, like,
it gets stuck.
The guitar's stuck.
It gets stuck.
So, I'm up to, like, 5 chords now, and we're working on strumming,
you.
Yes.
Well, I told you that I play the ukulele, so at some point, we're going to have to do the Boobies and Puppies theme
All-Star
song.
Jam.
Yeah, All-Star Jam with you and the acoustic and me and the ukulele. No, so what's interesting about
that
today...
should get a lot of hits, by the way.
Get tons of hits, especially in Hawaii.
We're huge in Hawaii.
Anytime they can hear a ukulele. So today we don't really have any animals here. Last time we had Callie the cat and Vigo the dog. But today it's going to be about the music of the Boobies and Puppies show.
Right.
LA Story is going to be here. They're going to be performing the theme song.
They're going to do the theme song and then the Boobies and Puppies show. And then they're going to also do an original. And we're going to interview them and talk to them a little bit. And then we also have another guest who's puppy-related and music-related.
Exactly. Skip Haynes, who is actually in the band that had the big song Lakeshore Drive back in the 70s. Skip Haynes.
Can you remind us how Lakeshore Drive goes?
I don't remember.
No, I just wanted to make you uncomfortable.
Yes, you really did.
I really wanted you to sing.
You really did.
Oh, damn it.
But it was a big hit back in '71, and as a matter of fact, it is on the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack. It was in the movie.
Oh, wow.
The song Lakeshore Drive, and he wrote it, and he also did this album, Songs That Make Dogs Happy.
Now, I have a question about that, which I should ask him, but...
Right. But go ahead, you can ask me.
Aren't dogs always happy?
Well, not all the time. But what's interesting about it is if you go on YouTube and you look at some of the songs, one of which is Squeaky Deaky, which
and we played it on our podcast.
We're going to play it
again.
There is a ton
Squeaky
of videos on YouTube of dogs reacting to that song. One of them has 700,000 hits.
You know what would have been great if we had him bring a dog in?
Well,
Just kidding.
yeah. Sometimes there's truth in advertising. Sometimes you don't know. So maybe that's why.
Wait, how funny would it be if, like, we brought the dog and the dog was just like, ah.
Well, seriously, though, if you go on YouTube.
Don't tell people to go watch our competition. What are
when
you
you're not
thinking?
watching us, of course, Melissa. But there is one that has 700,000 hits, and this dog goes crazy.
Wow.
It's not happy. It goes crazy. It's trying to look for the squeaky toy. It's going underneath the covers and everything.
Brilliant. Very brilliant.
And the computer is right there, and the dog is like knocking the computer over.
And I'm going to say this, but I'm not going to say it to him. The guy's name is Skip, which
Yes.
his dog's name is like Marvin. Like the dog's name is Skip. And
I will say
and
it.
of course,
I
our
will say it.
camera's man.
Well, we're
name's
going to have
Marvin
to gauge what his sense of humor
is.
right.
I know I may have to tone it down a little
because
bit.
you and I can go at it with each other all the time.
Not everyone
And-
loves our sense of humor.
Yeah, but-
Okay, so up next on the Boobies and Puppies show, Skip.
Skip.
Next.
Boobies! Puppies! Boobies! Puppies! Boobies and